Welcome back, and this is part 2 of our algorithm assignment. Make sure you completed part 1, and at this point you already should have your algorithm written. And just a reminder, you cannot use brushing your teeth for your algorithm. So now what I'm going to do is scroll down to the flowchart section. And a flowchart is another type of algorithm, except it uses shapes. And the shapes will be a visual way for you to see the logical sequence of the steps that were followed. And so the shapes that you use actually matter. All of your flowcharts that you do for this class will begin with an oval because the oval shape indicates that it is the beginning of the flowchart. You'll also use an oval at the end. So it's used for the beginning and the end. And in between, for the different commands or action steps, you'll use rectangles. The other shape that we will be using in a future assignment, not for this assignment, is a rhombus. And what a rhombus does is it helps it decide yes. It's used for indicating yes or no answers. For example, if I asked a question, is it raining? If it's yes, then you would put a rectangle here and say what to do. If the answer is no, then you'd go to the other side with a rectangle and say what to do. But that's not for this assignment. And then all of our shapes need to be connected with an arrow. So let me show you an example. Here's a flow chart of the birthday party that was in the video. Notice that it begins with an oval, it ends with an oval, and each of the different steps for planning a birthday party are written in its own rectangle, and the rectangles are connected with arrows. Now you will create a flowchart of your algorithm. Reminder, start your flowchart with an oval, put one rectangle for each of your different action steps. So you should have at least 6 rectangles, end it with an oval, and then connect them all with arrows. Now, to do your flowchart, use Google Drawing. 2 ways that you can access Google Drawings is if within Google Classroom, this is not the assignment for Google Classroom, just an example. You hit the Add or Create button, and if you scroll down the list, there should be an option that says Drawings. So you can do that. If that's not working, you could also go to your Google Drive, go to New, expand the More button, and then you'll see Google Drawings. And that should bring up this window over here. Please make sure your file name is written on the top right corner. This is your flowchart assignment. It's just that this way your Google Drawings will know which one it is in case you need to search it. Now, as we just looked at, you're going to need to add a couple of shapes. So we're going to start with the oval. So I'm going to go on shapes. They don't have an actual oval, but there's a circle, and I'm going to draw it so that it looks like an oval. And inside of it, I'm going to type begin or start. I'm actually going to use start because when we did our coding blocks, it was on start. I wonder why that went over to the side. Let me put it in the center. There we go. And you notice I was already starting to format. I'll come back to that in a moment. The next shape that we need is a rectangle. So I go to shapes, I find my rectangle, I add my rectangle, and then I will type in my next step in that. Remember, all of your shapes need to be connected with an arrow. So that's over here. Have my arrow. Just going to go ahead and put that down. Now, oops, I went too far. Keep in mind that you can make this look a lot prettier than it is right now. So if I select this shape here, the bucket becomes available. This allows me to change the background color of it. The line, this is the line that surrounds this line around it, and this is the thickness of the line that's around the oval. If you want to change the words themselves, I think I have to select it first. I'm not positive about that, but here's my font size, my type of font. Maybe I want to make it bold. Obviously, you probably want to change the color, and this is how you would do it. So I'm not saying these are the colors you have to pick. I'm just giving you just a little bit of directions on how you can change it. So create your flowchart, add a little beauty to it, and when you are done, this is located in your Google Drive, go ahead and add it to your Google Classroom. Have fun.